over. I will have a couple follow-up videos. One, well, more like three. There'll be three separate videos I have planned. One will Since the last video, there's now a year's worth of updates to Johnny. First of all, your dash now houses way better recovery, so approaches will be easier. And then you can also jump cancel it as well, which was available when the last video was done, but I forgot to properly mention it, which is, you know, just a bit scary. It's a bit useful. You can do pokes off of it if you jump and then do jumping slash. It's kind of fucking scary. 5H is now an actual, valuable poke that you can throw out due to its increased range, making it somewhat disjointed, allowing you to explode people if you get it on counter hit. Really scary, of course. Always combos the Joker trick, always nice. Mistfinder mid will now also counter the Joker trick on counter hit, allowing you to get entire combos off of a zone check. That's fucking... And then Mistfinder also erases projectiles now. That's... Jesus Christ. Abuse this optimally. You know the deal. Become the cretin you were always meant to be. Understanding Johnny's defense is incredibly important since it's one of his weakest points, and if you don't manage to win neutral all the time, which inevitably you will not, you need to understand it or you will just lose the match outright. If your opponent's jumping towards you, you'll want to, of course, use his 6P. If you feel a little risky, you can get better use out of a Mistfinder high since you can play deal off of it. If you know they're going to jump in, or you just predict it out of nowhere, you can throw your high deal, and then you use Mistfinder high. That will pretty much guarantee that you have incredible pressure off of that alone, since the guard crush will allow you to get an incredible punish. If your opponent leaves a big enough gap, or does something safe enough for you to squeeze in a close slash, you should of course absolutely do so. If you start any combo with close slash, you can wall break from any point on the screen. If you need to match something, especially against characters like Elf-Elts who will not let you play the game, 2P is your match button of choice. Don't try it with Potemkin anymore. You will get grabbed. You will get grabbed and you will cry and you will sob. They put armor on Potemkin Buster. 2K is your 2P for if your opponent's far away from you. You can get a full combo off of 2K if you know what you're doing, since it will combo into 6K, which allows you to set up entire combos. With a Roman cancel, you can wall break from anywhere on the screen with that setup. That's My Name is an excellent reversal. It's invincible frame run, and then it'll come out on the 11th frame. So it's incredibly hard to react to on the opponent's end. And if there's any gap in their block string, you will catch them. Joker trick catches supers, projectiles, hammer falls, slide heads. It is funny as hell, as long as they don't jump. If they don't jump, you will pretty much win. You can throw it out whenever. If you have full meter, you can throw out 2 of them in a row and scare your opponent. Sometimes it catches, sometimes it doesn't. Just, you play Johnny, you already know this. I shouldn't have to explain that to you. You need to play very patiently as Johnny. If you understand your opponent's block strings, it becomes incredibly easy to punish them, so you'll know which option you need to use. When in doubt, you can use your YRC. YRC pretty much just resets their pressure, allowing you to also go on the offensive, since most people are scared of even seeing a YRC pop. Whatever you feel is necessary. Finally, backdashing can be incredibly risky since it only has 5 frames in vulnerability, but it is invulnerable frame 1. So if there's a move they're popping out and you can backdash to take advantage of that, you can punish with an entire combo. You can make or break an entire match with a single backdash. since you can get a close slash off of a properly timed backdash, which is an entire combo, full screen. Johnny's block strings are one of the most important parts of his game plan. Using them correctly allows you to beat your opponent in as little as 2 interactions, which this is Guilty Gear Strive, so most people can do that. First of all, you don't want to break their defense immediately. Building risk is an important part of Johnny's game plan, as the added damage allows you to quickly kill just about anyone. You want to start out predictable so that you can build the risk. Pay attention to the kind of blocks your opponent will use, since Johnny has answers to pretty much whatever they do. There's of course your normal blocking block strings, but if they faultless defense, you want to use things that get back up to them, such as misfire dashes in order to reclose your distance. You can also dash up while they have guard crush on them from your cards. If they use deflect shield, you can't do much unless you have a card on the ground, in which case you can dash back in with Misfire low and completely reset pressure and punish them for trying to use their burst gauge. Always remember that you can set cards with deal once you're pushed away from the opponent. This will allow you to stay as plus as possible, and Senga will push yourself away from the opponent when you use it on block, which also gives you an opportunity to be a safe distance away and set up another card. You want to set up your cards as much as possible, since they guard crush and allow you to stay plus pretty much all the time. You can also use Mistfinder cancels to help put yourself back on plus. For example, if you use 6H or other moves of the sort, you can Mistfinder cancel even on block. Your opponent will try to predict what you're doing. Your opponent will do anything possible to punish you while you're doing your block strings, as they should. So you want to be as creative as possible. Otherwise, you will get grabbed, punished. You should never have to get grabbed or punished, considering all of the options you have. You can even punish jumps very easily with Senga, Mistfinder High, Card, they all punish jumps. The dash from your Mistfinder can be used as a strike throw mix-up. An RC off your grab is a good opportunity for a combo, as always, with any character. Canceling your vault with an RC allows you to create a very nasty high-low or throw mix-up that can also set up a card. If you don't throw the card, you'll be able to grab the opponent when you land. Otherwise, you can throw out Jumping Heavy Slash to hit a high, or you can throw out your lows or whatever when you hit the ground. Instant Air Mistfinder is a valuable asset that can also hit the card on the ground if you set it up correctly. You can use it to start a combo after building risk and devastate an opponent, or you can use it to keep up pressure. However you choose to do so is entirely up to you. Jump Kick can be used to do a cross-up very easily. It's kind of scary how well it works. Mistfinder cards can be set up so that Mistfinder doesn't hit the opponent, but the card does. This can trip up opponents and cause them to try to counter when Mistfinder misses and get hit by the card. Also remember that your card changes the direction of the slash depending on which one you hit it with, so be mindful of which slash you're using. And then at the end of the day, it's always all about conditioning. If they're not expecting an overhead, go for an overhead. If they're expecting a throw, don't throw out a throw. It is up to you to condition your opponents and decide how you are going to mix them up. And don't forget, they never expect the fourth Mistfinder.